Hello, Namaskar and welcome to all our viewers in Sports 360 with me, Deepika, your weekly sports show that brings you news and updates from the world of sports. In today's edition, we will bring you special stories from the country and the world. Story of how India has transformed itself in its 75th year of independence through the sporting lens. Story of how, with the support of the government and under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the sporting landscape is witnessing a new dawn, and stories from around the world on what is developing in the sporting field. Today, we will also show you how India's first broadcast channel, Doordarshan, is covering international sports through its strong bouquet of sports shows. Let's start with our story. India has witnessed a new dawn in the sporting landscape, and fortunately in its 75th year of independence, which is being celebrated as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav all across the country. In its glorious years, India has this time witnessed the best ever medal haul in Tokyo Olympics and Tokyo Paralympics. The government is also putting its best foot forward in bridging the gap between people and health through a fitness app via technology. And further, the government is also trying to reach to the grassroots level so that students can also be made aware on recent sports happenings through Fit India quiz, whereas the Prime Minister has consistently supported all athletes in their run up to mega sporting events. The next report brings you details on how India's 75th year of independence has become even more special with consistent support from the Prime Minister and the government.
आज इस आयोजन में ओलंपिक में भारत के युवा पीढ़ी जिसने भारत का नाम रोशन किया है, ऐसे हमारे एथलीट्स, हमारे खिलाड़ी आज हमारे बीच में हैं। कुछ यहाँ हैं, कुछ सामने बैठे हैं। मैं आज देशवासियों को, यहाँ मौजूद है उनको भी, और हिंदुस्तान के कोने कोने में जो इस समारोह में मौजूद है, उन सबको मैं कहता हूं कि हमारे खिलाड़ियों के सम्मान में तालियां बजा करके उनका सम्मान करें। भारत के खेलों का सम्मान, भारत की युवा पीढ़ी का सम्मान, भारत को गौरव दिलाने वाले युवाओं का सम्मान, देश, करोड़ों देशवासी आज तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट के साथ हमारे इन जवानों का, देश की युवा पीढ़ी का गौरव कर रहे हैं, सम्मान कर रहे हैं।
As India witnesses a new dawn in the field of sports, the festival Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, celebrating 75th year of independence in parallel, showcases the revolution India has witnessed in all the fields, and especially in sports, with consistent support from the government and various bodies. The country that witnessed the best ever medal haul in the Olympics as well as the Paralympic Games, coincidentally and fortunately in the 75th year of independence, is not only record-breaking but remarkable as well in many ways. Let's take a look at some of the highlights that India witnessed in its 75th year of independence. Best ever medal haul, Olympics. India bagged a total of 7 medals in Tokyo Olympics, including 1 gold medal, 2 silver medal and 4 bronze medals. Best ever medal haul, Paralympics. India bagged a total of 19 medals at Tokyo Paralympics, including 5 gold medals, 8 silver medals and 6 bronze medals. Fitness meets technology. The government launched Fit India mobile app that aims to keep people fit and healthy, encouraging masses from grassroots level. The government launched the Fit India quiz and encouraged students to participate in the quiz, supporting athletes via various schemes. Government schemes like TOPS and Mission Olympic Cell remain the backbone of athletes that helped them bag so many medals in Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics. Encouraging athletes vis-a-vis mental fitness. The Prime Minister interacted with Olympics and Paralympics bound athletes before and after the event that helped them to upkeep their mental fitness. Union Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur also lauded India's brilliant performance at Tokyo Olympics and Tokyo Paralympics.
आपने आज के हिंदुस्तान के युवाओं के बीच में एक नई एस्पिरेशन खड़ी की। आशाएं आकांक्षाओं को बढ़ाने का आपने काम किया है और ये नया भारत जो है वो बहुत अलग सोचता है। इस न्यू इंडिया के लिए आप न्यू हीरोज हैं। राष्ट्रगान टोक्यो में बज रहा था लेकिन 135 करोड़ भारतीयों का सिर गर्व के साथ हिंदुस्तान और दुनिया के अलग-अलग देशों में ऊंचा हो रहा है।
Well, these were just few of the top highlights on India's pathway to progress and success in the field of sports. However, this is just the beginning. With inauguration of more number of science centers, encouraging athletes to visit various schools for inculcating importance of sports in children and motivating the athletes irrespective of the fact whether they are medal winners or not, India is surely witnessing a new dawn in the sporting landscape across the country and with consistent support of the Prime Minister along with the government. Sports Desk, DD India. Doordarshan, India's first national broadcaster, is celebrating 62 years of service to the nation this year. In so many years, Doordarshan has become the voice of billions and especially sports fans. Here we will show you how Doordarshan's English news channel DD India is covering sports with a 360-degree approach through its strong bouquet of sports programs in different formats covering regional, national and international sports news and updates. Doordarshan is celebrating its 62nd Foundation Day this year, and on the other hand, the country is celebrating its victory in the sporting landscape. With commendable performance in Olympics and Paralympics, new avenues in sports, more opportunities for aspirants, and a lot more in the pipeline, sports is growing with double the speed. And so is the sports coverage, so each one can witness the history in making. Doordarshan is leaving no stone unturned to make this a great success. With the help of various formats, Doordarshan's English news channel DD India is making all efforts to cover each type of sporting activity and showcase it to the world. Let's take a look at how DD India is setting a new benchmark in sports broadcasting with a strong bouquet of programs. Biggest Olympic coverage through its various channels. Cheer for India. DD India exclusively ran shows like Cheer for India in its run-up to the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics. Tokyo, the spirit of sports. Round-the-clock coverage on Olympics highlights with exclusive interviews. Euro 2020 off the field. Special coverage for international audience on international football. Sports 360. Weekly sports capsule on all national and international sporting updates. Virtual encounter. Special and exclusive interaction with sports stars from across the globe. Champions Speak. Exclusive interaction with sporting legends revisiting their glorious moments. Sports Buzz. Daily capsule of sports updates, national and international. Special segments. Special segments in primetime shows like MDP, Sports in Midday Prime and sports segments in News Night. With its vast coverage, DD India is striding forward towards a concept where sports news and updates from each and every corner of the world reaches door to door in all regions, states and union territories of the country and abroad. Sports Desk, DD India. And now let's move on to some international stories. Last week, fans witnessed the beginning of Champions League with 2 days of action-packed football events. On day 1 of the Champions League, Manchester United conceded a defeat to Young Boys despite Cristiano Ronaldo scoring on his Champions League return for the Red Devils, whereas Bayern Munich claimed a dominant opening game victory over Barcelona, and Chelsea opened their defence of the Champions League with a victory. Take a look at this report to see all action that took place on day 1 of Champions League. Manchester United conceded a dramatic stoppage time goal as they lost to Young Boys despite Cristiano Ronaldo scoring on his Champions League return for the Red Devils. Ronaldo, who became the joint all-time Champions League appearance holder on his 177th appearance in the competition, fired United ahead after an exquisite pass from fellow Portuguese Bruno Fernandes. United played for almost an hour with 10 men after Aaron Wan-Bissaka's dangerous challenge on Christopher Martins earned the defender a straight red card. They looked set to hang on for a point in an entertaining match after Cameroon winger Maumis Magalou's equaliser, but a 95th minute mistake by substitute Jesse Lingard allowed Jordan to score the winner for the team that had to come through qualifying to reach the group stage. Goals from Thomas Müller and Robert Lewandowski settled a battle of the big two in Champions League Group E as Bayern Munich claimed a dominant opening game victory at Barcelona. The German champions controlled the game with Müller scoring his 7th career goal against Barca courtesy of a first half effort that found the net of Eric Garcia's back. Lewandowski made sure of the win with a typical predatory finish, poking his 74th Champions League goal into an empty net after Jamal Musiala's drive had cannon back off the post. His 75th came late in the game as he once again showed his talent in front of him in the box. Barca played their first Champions League since the departure of talisman Lionel Messi, were flat and offered little, failing to muster a single shot on target. The Catalan side have now lost 3 consecutive home games in European competition for the first time in their history. Chelsea opened their defence of the Champions League with a victory as Romelu Lukaku finally pierced Zenit St. Petersburg's stubborn resistance at Stamford Bridge. Lukaku has already demonstrated his goal threat in the Premier League and was on the mark again. With his first goal for Chelsea in the competition, they won for the second time against Manchester City in June. Chelsea were made to work hard as Zenit dug in, but manager Thomas Tuchel's side stepped up the pace after the interval, Lukaku breaking the deadlock when he headed in at the far post from Cesar Kroos in the 69th minute. The holders deserved the victory, but Zenit missed a glorious chance to snatch a point when substitute Zuba slid wide from 6 yards as he tried to turn in Sardar Azmoun's cross late on. Former Chelsea forward Alvaro Morata scored 1 goal and earned a penalty as Juventus launched their Champions League campaign by beating Malmo. Juventus were under pressure early on in Sweden before Alexandro's low header gave the Italians the lead. 2 goals in the space of 86 seconds at the end of the first half then took the game away from Malmo. Paulo Dybala scored from the spot after Morata, 28, was fouled by Lasse Nielsen before Morata's clever lob made it 3-0. It was Morata's 14th Champions League goal for Juventus, equaling Cristiano Ronaldo in 5th on Juventus's all-time Champions League top scorers list. It was the perfect start for Massimiliano's side in their Group H campaign. Juventus, who've not been crowned champions of Europe since the year 1996, will face defending champions Chelsea next in Turin on 29th of September. Sports Desk, DD India. Well, moving on to day 2 of the Champions League, Real Madrid and Rodrigo trump Inter Milan. Atletico Madrid saved by VAR, whereas Haaland's prolific Champions League record continued with a goal in Borussia Dortmund's 2-1 win at Besiktas. Here, Sports 360 rounds up all the action from the second night of the Champions League group stage.
The Champions League is back, and on a dramatic night across Europe, the competition delivered a reminder of why it can produce memorable must-watch football. While Tuesday's action failed to get pulses significantly racing, Wednesday produced 28 goals as well as myriad stories and subplots. Liverpool 3, AC Milan 2. Liverpool and AC Milan don't seem able to do normal games of football when they meet. Liverpool battled back to beat AC Milan 3-2 in a thrilling Group B match at Anfield. The English club took 1-0 lead in the 9th minute after Milan's Fikayo Tomori hit the ball into his own goal post. However, in the last minutes of the first half, AC Milan scored 2 goals to take 2-1 lead in the match. Rebic scored in the 42nd minute and Diaz scored in the 44th minute to give the team the lead. Liverpool appeared more aggressive in the second half. Mohamed Salah scored the equalizer in the 48th minute. In the 69th minute, Henderson scored to give Liverpool a 3-2 win. Man City 6, RB Leipzig 3. Another English club and the last time runner-up, Man City have also started off with a bang in Champions League. Man City managed to beat German club RB Leipzig 6-3. Nathan Ake scored the first goal for Man City in the 16th minute. Leipzig's Nordin Mukiele scored an own goal as Man City took a 2-0 lead in the 28th minute. After this, Mahrez, Grealish, Cancelo and Gabriel scored for City. On the other hand, Christopher Nkunku scored a hat-trick for the German club. Real Madrid 1, Inter Milan 0. Real Madrid substitute Rodrigo struck an 89th minute winner to snatch a 1-0 Champions League group stage victory and punish a wasteful Inter Milan. The Brazilian met a pass from Eduardo Camavinga and volleyed in with seconds remaining of normal time. It was a painful conclusion to a game that Italian side had dominated for large stretches at the San Siro. Thibaut Courtois was in fine form to save a header from Lautaro Martinez and 2 efforts from Edin Dzeko. Atletico Madrid 0, Porto 0. Atletico Madrid could not manage more than a goalless draw against Porto in the Champions League. Griezmann, back with Madrid after 2 seasons with rival Barcelona, came off the bench in the second half but could not spark the host to victory. There was late drama with 10 minutes left when Porto striker Mehdi Taremi had the ball in the net, but after a VAR check, the referee adjudged the Iranian handled the ball over the line, leaving both sides deadlocked on 1 point in Group B. PSG 1 and Club Brugge 1. Lionel Messi made his first Paris Saint-Germain start in a 1-1 draw at Club Brugge in the Champions League. League One team's potent attacking trio lacked inspiration. Andre Herrera swept home 15th minute opener from a cross by Kylian Mbappe. Former Man United midfielder, now PSG's top scorer this season with 4 goals. Han Van Ken scored a deserved equalizer for the home side before the break. Sports Desk, DD India.
And from football, now let's move to international tennis. History was etched at the US Open this time as Daniil Medvedev became the 3rd Russian male player to win a Grand Slam, dropping only 1 set en route to his US Open title. Our next report brings you a sneak peek into how the history was etched in US Open and Daniil Medvedev's journey to the glorious US Open title.
The 25-year-old Russian Daniil Medvedev, the number 2 seed, grabs his first Grand Slam title at the US Open 2021. Daniil began to play tennis at the age of 9 years, after his mother spotted an advertisement for group tennis lessons at the pool where he was taking swimming lessons. He was inspired by the compatriot Marat Safin when he won the 2005 Australian Open. Fantasied by the game, he then turned up to be a professional in 2014 and broke into the top 100 rankings merely in 2 years. And then he never looked back. Daniil Medvedev won his first ever ATP Tour in 2018 in Sydney, going on to win 3 titles that year, which also included Winston-Salem and Tokyo. He then won his first Masters title in 2019 in Cincinnati, which included a win over Novak Djokovic in the semi-final, and followed it up with the second Masters title in Shanghai and ended the year with 4 titles. Jiggling between the lines, he reached his first Grand Slam final at the US Open in 2019, losing to Rafael Nadal in 5 sets. Won his 3rd Masters title in Paris in 2020 and capped off the year with the ATP Finals title. beating the world's top 3 players, Djokovic, Nadal and Dominic Thiem at the tournament. He started the year 2021 with his second Grand Slam final at the Australian Open, losing to Djokovic in straight sets, won his 4th Masters title in Canada and also captured his first title on grass at the Mallorca, and his first ever US Open title in what was his 3rd appearance in Grand Slam final. As a matter of fact, 12 of his 13 singles titles have come on hard courts. Sports Desk, DD India.
At the US Open, teenager Emma Raducanu also scripted history by winning her first Grand Slam. Soon after the victory, Emma reunited with her parents after arriving back in the UK 5 days after winning her first ever Grand Slam. Proud father Jan lifted her hand in the air before putting his arms around his daughter outside the family home in Bromley. On Saturday, Emma became the first British woman to win a major title in 44 years and the first qualifier in history to lift a Grand Slam. US Open champion Emma said it was pretty special to see her name engraved on the wall with the past champions. Emma's parents had been unable to watch their daughter triumph in person as they could not secure the visa needed to fly to New York. And now let's shift our focus to cricket. In a major jolt to fans, cricketer Virat Kohli announced his stepping down from the captaincy of T20 format. Kohli said that soon after the T20 World Cup, he will only take up the captaincy of Test and ODI formats. More in this report. Indian cricketer Virat Kohli to step down as India's T20 captain after the conclusion of the upcoming T20 World Cup. Kohli confirmed in a statement released on Thursday. However, Virat Kohli has further added that he wants to continue as Test and ODI captain. In a major blow to cricket fans, Virat Kohli announced his decision on Twitter, saying he made it with his workload in mind as a 3-format player and that he has already spoken about it with BCCI President Sourav Ganguly, Secretary Jay Shah and other selectors. Kohli further added that he arrived at his decision after a lot of contemplation and discussions with close people, including India head coach Ravi Shastri and the white ball vice captain Rohit Sharma. The development comes exactly 8 days after Kohli sat with the selectors to finalize the India squad for the T20 World Cup, which will be played in the UAE in October-November. Kohli took charge as T20 captain in 2017 after MS Dhoni stepped down. Kohli has so far led India in 45 T20 internationals, of which India have won 27, lost 14 and tied 2. As captain, he scored 1,502 runs at an average of 48.45 and a strike rate of 143.18. The 12 50s, including a best of 94, not out in a successful chase of 208 against West Indies in Hyderabad. Since the start of 2017, Kohli has been the 3rd highest run getter in T20 internationals overall and the highest among India batters ahead of Rohit Sharma, who scored 1,500 runs at an average of 33.33 and a strike rate of 148.95. The T20 World Cup starts from 17th of October and Virat Kohli will be under intense pressure to deliver the trophy in the tournament. Sports Desk, DD India. Till now, we saw updates from football, tennis and cricket, and now it's time to take a look at what caught eyes of fans in F1 racing. Well, Formula One's governing body has decided to investigate Sunday's Italian Grand Prix crash between title contenders Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, stating that the incident was unusual, according to race director Michael Massey. In a major crash, Max Verstappen's Red Bull mounted Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes after hitting a curb, with Hamilton hit by the inside of a rear wheel through the hollow. The Australian said that although the collision was relatively low speed, the FIA's safety experts would still take a look. Soon after the incident, FIA president tweeted saying, "Glad the hollow was there." And it's time to reel back to the history and see what all etched its name in the books of history in this week in the world of sports. On 13 September 2010, Rafael Nadal won his first US Open title to compete a career Grand Slam, beating Novak Djokovic. On 15 September 1978, Muhammad Ali became the first three-time heavyweight champion with a unanimous 15-round decision over Leon Spinks. On 14 September 1994, the MLB team owners voted to cancel the rest of the 1994 MLB season along with the World Series only for the second time ever because of 1994 MLB strike with the Players Union. On 16 September 1996, Mohammad Azharuddin scored his 6,000th run in ODIs in a Sahara Cup match in Toronto. His partnership of 161 with Rahul Dravid seemed to have won India the match, but Saeed Anwar top scored with 80 off 78 balls. Salim Malik made an unbeaten 70 and Pakistan won by 2 wickets to level the series. On 19 September 2007, Yuvraj Singh became the second batter after Harshal Tibbs to hit the 6 sixes in an over in international cricket. The occasion was the World T20 encounter against England. Yuvraj's 12-ball half-century is a record in all forms of international cricket. Sports Desk, DD India. Well, it's time to say goodbye for now, but we will be back next week with fresh news and updates from the world of sports. Meanwhile, leaving you with thrilling pictures of sports legends in their new avatars at Met Gala. Namaskar.